any intel hunting. I was definitely curious to check that out, but yo, this is Call of Duty Future Warfare. It was definitely not finished. You can tell, man. Yeah, it's definitely trying to cache shaders right now. It's running a little bit more smooth. And to think, man, this was designed for Xbox 360. Like, oh, we got an AK ACOG site. Hold up. Oh, you can mark them for the helicopter. Okay. Oh my God. Throw it. Just blast them. Oh my God. There it goes. Yeah, that was sick. I mean, it took out like all the vehicles. Oh, dude, look at all the tacos we could have ordered, bro. Oh, we could have had all the tacos.
The exact same things that he was accusing him of and making memes about him and being hateful towards him and doing all these kinds of things. And so I went on that page and said, look, you guys, this is really sad for me to watch this. And the thing is, nobody even realizes that you're proving his point by all the attacks that you're giving to him. You know, why wouldn't you just take what he's saying and say, man, it's really sad that somebody's accusing us of these things. Let's live above reproach and, you know, consider if some of these things are true. Now, again, I'll talk more about what specifically the accusations he was making in a minute. I began to have some conversations with some people from the new IFB, and actually there was, you know, several guys that were saying, hey, I understand your point. I might disagree with you because you don't understand what Grayson Fritz has done and what accusations he's...
What happened here is that they started speaking up against another pastor. Speaking up, they were making hateful memes. They were talking shit about him behind his back. And this guy stood up and was like, hey, this is not, like, we're pastors. This isn't what we fucking do. And for that, he basically gets tarred and feathered.
But I see your point, and I understand what you're saying. We're just making these memes and fun, and, you know, it's just a way for us to get some things off our chest and all this stuff. For the most part, the conversation was pretty, you know, pretty drama-free. You know, they were just, you know, having a conversation with me. I don't think anybody was mad at me. And I can't remember if Pastor Anderson actually commented on that conversation or not. But shortly after, I got a call from him. Now, Pastor Anderson was scheduled to come down, I think the next day. He was supposed to fly down to Iola for the Potluck 100, and he was going to partake in that endurance event. I had scheduled for Pastor McMurtry on Thursday night to preach. Friday was going to be the event, and then Saturday Pastor Anderson was going to preach, and I worked it out for this to come. I was really excited about it. Our people were excited about it. And I had heard that there was a little bit of some accusations, not only about Grayson Fritz, but now they're accusing Tommy McMurtry. And I knew there was a little strife, but as far as I knew, Brother McMurtry was still friends with Pastor Anderson and all that. And so I thought, hey, when they come down to the Potluck 100, it'll kind of show everybody that, hey.
Oh, yeah, no, we'll get to the thing. Steven Anderson did dox his brother. Like, he literally, that's something I haven't been able to cover on stream yet. He literally put out a video telling his followers to fly to his brother's home, Miriam's uncle, to, like, stalk them, essentially, to set up surveillance outside of their home. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
They're not, you know, they don't hate each other. Everything is fine. We can be Christian brothers and have disagreements and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, when I got the phone call from Pastor Anderson, I thought, you know, one of two things. Either he's calling to say, hey, shows what I know. I actually thought he might be saying, hey, I agree with what
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound. Copy that.
Travel wrong. Won't endorse Kamala Harris.
I just woke up. And to, like, people just skewing it even more. Endorsing and voting are completely different. I don't agree with a lot of what is going on with, like, policies. Like, obviously, policies of the right, but also some of the policies on the left. That's why I can't endorse. That's why I can't, like, put my entire name and my entire project behind one. Because there is no way I can stand behind some of the left's completely transphobic and completely genocidal views.
He's saying like the Democratic Party.
There are huge problems on both. You know what is right and wrong, and so do I. Not for real, but some of this that has gone down in the Democratic Party that has failed people like me and you. And more so, Palestine.
We've lost the lead.
And more so, every marginalized community in the world. So no, I'm not gonna settle for what the options are in front of me. And you're not gonna make me feel bad for that.
Enemy's taken the lead.
So yeah, I'm voting for Kamala. But I'm not settling for what has been offered, because that's questionable. It's questionable that our actions of our government, the actions of the internet, the actions of you and me. If this is what you are not understanding, you know what? Endorsing someone, if someone is publicly endorsing a political figure, that doesn't even mean that they're gonna vote for them.
What's really funny about this take is that like Chapel Roan is demonstrating one, I think, sound judgment on the matter. It's
let
ironic
that
because it's
slide.
something that I experience on a daily basis by annoying people. And I think that a lot of the criticism is just like liberals, Zionists themselves, who try to couch their criticism towards her with like lesser evil voting and like aesthetic posturing. But the real reasons why they're upset is because they can't say that they hate that she is pro-Palestine. That's, I think, what it is. I'm sure there's like plenty of liberals who are automatically like blue no matter who people. Like there are plenty of people who are blue no matter who people who are pro-Palestinian, you know, to a degree. But they're still team players, and they've been conditioned into churning out this like, why the f won't you say you're gonna vote for Kamala Harris and like swing loudly and proudly for her? But beyond that, I think a big part of it is definitely from a lot of, yeah, this is, I agree with this. I'd like to take this opportunity to point out that a lot of people leading the hate against Chapel are Zionists. The reason they're attacking her is because she used her platform to speak up about Palestine. This is a very dangerous targeted hate campaign. Watermelon ISIS. As soon as I see Watermelon ISIS, I know for a fact that that is a fake account. Watermelon ISIS doesn't care about Gaza or Palestinians. They just hate Jews. This is what the cowardly watermelons for Palestine should have been doing. I've been at this point with the pro-Palestine movement since December of last year, when those protests ran up a gathering of black community leaders and punched one of our mothers in the face. Glad to see everyone's waking up to this finally. This is a federal agent, okay? That person was. And there are definitely a lot of examples of such things as well. I'm tired of artists like Chapel Roan profiting off of queer and drag culture and then refusing to do the bare minimum when it comes to standing up for LGBTQ rights. What has Hamas done for LGBTQ people in Palestine? We don't govern Palestine. Why should Americans vote based on how Hamas treats Palestinian LGBTQ people? The left's ability to not comprehend basic political skills and expecting a presidential candidate to not condemn supporters of a terrorist group must be studied. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators there. I'm sorry, but there's no defending this. Guaranteed this guy uses Zionist as a slur. Noah Schnapp isn't a bad person, and wishing death upon him isn't okay. Most Americans are pro-Israel. He had to say that. Apparently the Uyghur genocide and sending arms to Israel are equally bad now. Biden isn't weak on Israel. He's just not overreacting like someone like you would. Chapel Roan is an embarrassment to lesbians because we support Israel in this house. Like a lot of the resentment towards Chapel Roan saying like, I'm not comfortable full-blown endorsing Kamala Harris because of her positions, undying loyalty and commitment to continuing Israel's genocide. My point is a lot of people are masquerading as people who are like genuinely concerned about Chapel Roan's statements about the Democratic Party, but I think personally that they are, I didn't even get to the other side of the conversation. The first point I'm making is that a lot of people are couching their like classic harm reduction takes about the Democratic Party when in fact they're just mad that she's saying that she's uncomfortable endorsing a candidate when she's like voluntarily participating in the genocide of Palestinians, which is a perfectly reasonable and normal take to have. The second sentiment that I would like to express here is that she is basically repeating something that like the overwhelming majority of under 30-year-olds, sure, they might not be Twitter chirpers with like a decent amount of followers on Twitter, invested in the outcome of the Democratic Party because they fancy themselves to be Democratic Party mouthpieces or operatives. If you've ever interacted with someone under the age of 30, you know that this is precisely how they also feel. And this is not the first election, nor it will be the last election where the under 30 demographic feels this way about the party, when the party does not even communicate or choose to communicate anything that is like functionally helpful for the under 30 demographic of voters. It's not like the Democratic Party has presented a solution to the problems that they perceive, the problems that they're experiencing. This attitude is actually quite commonplace. So I don't even know how. I don't really fully understand how people are yelling at her over this at all.
And I'm not gonna let this narrative of like me not playing both sides. No. This is not me playing both sides. This is me questioning both sides because this is what we have in front of us. So if you look at my statement and you're still like, she's just playing both sides. Like she doesn't want to. No, you're not getting it.
I don't know. Isn't like 80% of the Democrat position good for young people to be fair? No. What the are you talking about? Just stop asking this question and start telling me what you think is like good for young people. Okay.
I'm critiquing both sides because they're both so up. Voting is all we have right now in the system. And so I encourage it yet again. Vote for who in your mind is the best option for what we have right now. Because it's all we can do. And I hope this makes it clear that no, I'm not picking the sides of what we...
No, they don't care. They don't care. They do not care. They're gonna literally relentlessly yelling at you and saying a vote for not Kamala is a vote for Trump. You guys honestly do not deserve to win ever again. Twice their age, purposely recording yourself in front of all your degrees to talk down to her for expressing completely valid concerns is exactly why no one under 30 wants to vote for the Democrats anymore. Let's see what this snarky liberal video looks like. But hey, let's finish this first.
We have right now. Yes, one's obviously better than the other. But Jesus Christ, I hope you don't settle for what we have and put your name behind someone that you don't fully trust.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense, dude. Like, endorsement is different than, like, going out and voting for someone anyway. But beyond that, like, if you want someone's vote or their endorsement, you have to earn it. This is the basis of democracy, okay? That is what the democratic process is supposed to be about. How ridiculous that the Democratic Party has completely lost this attitude. Like, they've just, like, and I'm not even talking about the party, actually. I'm talking about the voters, like the ride or diers for the Dems. They act like that is a utterly incomprehensible position. They act like you are against the very notion of democracy if you don't immediately subscribe to one party over the other. This does not mean the other party is good. The reality of the matter is, if a vote not for Kamala Harris is a vote for Trump, a vote not for Trump is a vote for Kamala Harris. If someone tells you that, oh, you don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, well, you're voting for Trump then. And it's like, no, I'm not voting for Trump. Then I guess I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Shut up. Meanwhile, changes occur regardless, and it is completely outside of our control. Like the top of the hour ad break avoidance fee. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Let's see how the liberals are reacting to this. I'm sure very normally.
Well, good morning.
Obviously, the policies of the right.
All right, we're on the same page on that one.
But also, some of the policies on the left.
Oh, now you lost me.
That's why I can't, like, put my entire name and my entire project behind one.
I mean, that's kind of how voting works right now in America.
So, yeah, I'm voting for Kamala.
All right, we're back on the same page. It's pronounced Kamala.
You know what? Endorsing someone, if someone is publicly endorsing a political figure, that doesn't even mean that they're going to vote for them.
I mean, what's the strategy behind that? I mean, after the primaries, I don't think that's a thing. I don't think there's any benefit to a corporation or a person endorsing a candidate in a general election and not actually doing it. So you're losing me again.
No. This is not me playing both sides.
Sure about that?
I'm critiquing both sides because they're both so up.
Yeah, sounds like you're playing both sides.
Voting is all we have right now in the system.
I mean, that kind of is the system of democracy, but yeah, there's a lot more you can do in between elections.
I think he's a doctor. Yeah, he is a doctorate of being a dick. We know your MAGA hat is off screen. I mean, it literally is. Hold on. What now, liberals? What now? The truth is out.
I encourage it yet again. Vote for who in your mind, is the best option for what we have right now?
Yeah, Kamala Harris is definitely our best option.
Okay, I can't watch the rest of this. This guy's so annoying. 2020 hat, get with the times. That's when things were great, brother. I wear this hat. Let me tell you why I wear this hat. I wear this hat because he won the 2020 election, and I'm not afraid to say it. He won the 2020 election. Okay, he did. He did. He's still my president, the real president. This guy's next video is Chef's Kiss, critical thinking. Yeah, he's just saying what he doesn't have. By the way, Ethel Kane is such a G. Holy Ethel Kane defends Chapel Roan against people demanding that she endorse Kamala Harris. Y'all cannot be stupid enough to scream Israel all year, rightfully so, and then go happily vote for Kamala. Like, she didn't just get up on that debate stage and say Israel has a right to blow the entire Levant to smithereens. Do not piss me off. Didn't Ethel Kane say something like, I don't even want to repeat it because it might actually get me a visit from, you know, federal law enforcement. I think some of it is that she's not being specific in her critics of Kamala, and the liberals take advantage of that. No, she is. She said there isn't sufficient pro-LGBTQ messaging or legislation on the Democratic Party agenda, and also Democrats are doing genocide in Palestine. Those are pretty solid foundations. At Joe Biden, bitch. She's incredible, dude. What the I'm gonna follow her. Yo, what the And then she activated that asset, and the asset was like, instructions unclear, must Trump. Maybe he didn't understand or didn't see the second part. I believe Ryan Ruth was a big Ethel Kane fan. Another banger. Oh, this was funny. Yeah. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah is killed. He has been martyred by the Zionist entity. Okay. Hezbollah came out and confirmed his assassination. Iran has vowed to retaliate. I hope the chatters that are in Lebanon are okay. I hope they're safe. We are keeping you guys in our minds and our hearts.
The Israeli military said Nasrallah was at Hezbollah's underground headquarters, one of several sites targeted in a series of massive explosions that the Lebanese health ministry says killed at least 6 and injured more than 90 others. The killing of Nasrallah not only strikes a blow to terrorist group's leadership, but could also trigger a wider war with Hezbollah's main backer, Iran. MTS Taya has the latest from Beirut.
Were people really cheering, or is that propaganda? Yes. Like I've said before, the Lebanese society is very diverse, has had a litany of infighting and competition. A lot of the Lebanese society also despises their governance, and they see Hezbollah as taking advantage of that power vacuum pretty much because like they are one of the more popular parties and are the basic standing military of Lebanon in general. So for this reason, I think like some people definitely have different opinions about Hezbollah in general. Their domestic governance obviously is not great either. Having said that, however, most people see it as like a defensive posture that Hezbollah presents towards Israel, and they certainly hate Israel a lot more than they even hate Hezbollah. But the video that they were using to say people were cheering Hassan Nasrallah's assassination is from 2019, and that's it. The way I would describe it is like if there was an alien force that was not China, like far more powerful than America, right? Like an insane power. And this alien force was attacking America relentlessly, showing that they wanted to occupy. And then they assassinated like the Republican paramilitary that was like actively fighting against the aliens. Most Americans would be like, this is completely unacceptable. Like, even if you had a disagreement with the Republicans in that regard, you would still be like, well, they're up in arms against like a much more powerful enemy. So that's the way to analyze it. Hezbollah done got rocked. Hezbollah in shambles. Worst metaphor in history. I think it's a phenomenal metaphor because regardless of your opinions in terms of like domestic policy, if you are faced with a far larger enemy, I'm trying to explain it to Americans who have never actually faced a far larger enemy. So that's why I'm using the alien analogy. There's no other way to describe it. Ultimately, if aliens dropped a massive bomb in the middle of New York to like assassinate the leadership of like the Republican paramilitaries that were fighting against them, you would probably be like, that's the much larger enemy would be the aliens in this circumstance. And you don't have to look any further than Ukraine to understand this. There are plenty of Ukrainians who did not like the Azov battalion, who did not like the Nazis in Ukraine, who fought against said Nazis in Ukraine, who, once the much larger enemy, Russia, came in and started blowing their goddamn cities, entire city blocks, became aligned with the Azov battalion. That's usually how things go. This was something that I mentioned in the beginning of the invasion as well, where I talked talked about how invading a country does not denazify it. As a matter of fact, it just galvanizes and emboldens some of the more fascist elements within the country and turns them into national heroes because their emancipatory goals are now completely justified. Not even making a comparison between Hezbollah and Nazis. I'm just using that as an analog for people to understand, especially because a lot of people who despise Hezbollah love, you know, the Azov battalion. Hassan, I need an explanation. Yesterday during the bombing of Beirut, some CNN journals were sheltering. Could you explain why that would be necessary? They themselves say that Israel is precise and targeted when they strike. Why would they be afraid? Can't put my finger on it. Because Israel cannot be analyzed from the perspective of a belligerent, okay? In American news, what they are not only belligerent as like in the war terminology, but they're also belligerent in the way that you colloquially understand the term. They're insane. That is precisely the reason why, of course, Americans are obviously understandably fearful. As the United States of America, we can't acknowledge that Israel is a belligerent occupier in Lebanon. So we take this weird posture where we're like, yeah, you got to take your own tickets out if you want to leave. We can't even evacuate. Hi, I'm Lebanese and just wanted to note that a lot of people that don't support Hezbollah, including me, but in these circumstances and living under the threat of genocidal research of state, we see Hezbollah as our only form of resistance. So it's shocking when you hear the leader of our resistance that exactly. No, I totally get that. I totally understand that. Are we seriously mourning the death of the head of a terrorist organization? I'm going to tell you right now, if you have this opinion, you 1,000,000%, you 1,000,000% would mourn if, again, an alien force out of nowhere came in and assassinated like hundreds of civilians in the middle of Chicago to like execute whatever Republican military general that was fighting against those aliens. Okay, you would be like, that's unimaginable. That is insane. I can't believe this just happened. You can slap on the terrorist sticker over and over again, but what you fail to recognize is Israel is a far greater terror in the region. It's just that we don't analyze Israel as a terrorist organization because it's a state, okay? And it's not only a state, but it's also a state that's aligned with the United States. If you want to see a terrorist state, we consider Iran to be a terrorist state. We consider Russia to be a terrorist state. Those countries are outside of the scope of influence of the United States of America, and they are personally viewed as a state sponsor of terror. Israel is significantly larger in terms of the terror it presents to enemies that it occupies, enemies that it is a belligerent occupier of in an unjustifiable war that it wages upon every country in the region and all of the territories that it currently illegally militarily occupies. It doesn't really matter what sticker you're slapping onto it. It doesn't change that dynamic at all. In terms of analyzing Hezbollah's militancy in the dynamic between Israel and Hezbollah, when you look at the tit-for-tat bombing campaigns that occurred since October 7 between Israel and Hezbollah, Israel is responsible for 82% of all bombing, and that number has actually grown now. If we're going to look at it on a same moral boundary, if we're going to operate on the same moral playing field, Hezbollah is the far greater lesser evil in that situation, okay? Incredibly restricted and restrained in terms of its tit-for-tat military campaigns in comparison to Israel, because Israel doesn't have to be restrained. Israel can do whatever the it wants, and America will give it billions and billions of dollars that they are going to give to Israel instead of you. Free college education to fix the potholes, or to harden our infrastructure against climate change and the natural disasters that seemingly occur at a rapid clip, at a more rapid clip than before. Year over year, America is both under fire and also underwater at the same time. Our infrastructure is falling apart, and we have absolutely nothing going on to fix it because there's no money for that. Okay, we can't do that. We can't do that. There's no money for the top of the hour ad break avoidance fee, because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and you could be defensive against that by subscribing.
Triggering deafening explosions and sending huge plumes of crimson smoke in the skies above. On the ground, near total devastation, at least 4 buildings pulverized. Israel's military says it killed Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, and this morning, the group confirmed he was dead. Syed Hassan Nasrallah was a singular figure within the political and paramilitary force. Known for his fiery speeches, like this one we attended in August. For 32 years, he led Hezbollah, which
Ghassan Kanafani, bodies fall, ideas live forever. It's not just ideas as well. It's ideals. Not just ideas, but ideals, okay? Like, people understandably have a need for emancipation. People understandably do not want to live under permanent military occupation. People don't want to get bombed into bits, okay? That's a normal, understandable position that every human being has. So, of course, it does not matter. Assassinating the head of this organization will probably stop the bombing campaigns for like a little bit. Even that is not likely from the Hezbollah side. When you continuously and mercilessly and relentlessly occupy territory, more and more territory, you keep bombing these people, they're gonna fight back. There is no world in which you can bomb people so hard that they end up liking you. They're just gonna like you less. And this has happened over the course of the past 20 plus years of permanent military occupation in the Middle East with America. Look at Afghanistan. The Taliban has taken over Afghanistan again. It's stupid. There's only one commander for Hezbollah alive. Dude, I don't think you guys understand. Unless you personally think people's understandable resentment against Israel in the territory was because Hassan Nasrallah was like the singular figure mind controlling everyone to hate Israel, this doesn't make any sense. A lot of Americans fail to comprehend this. Americans, because we are so comfortable in the lap of luxury, in the first world, in the core of empire, we have no way to comprehend a much greater threat to our existence. We don't have any way of understanding that, so much so that we make up our own fake threats against us, like some goat herder in Afghanistan or some rice farmer in Vietnam. Like, we literally have 0 enemies. We have 800 military bases and 0 real enemies. So much so that we make up new ones in order to justify our check your pager. Like, this is again a powerless posturing as though they benefit from America and Israel's actions. You do not have health care. You will never achieve the American dream. You will never be able to own a house. You will never be able to get upward social mobility. Your life will be worse than your parents' generation. But because you recognize that, you have to like grab onto anything. You have to grab onto anything and everything you can to be like, well, no, this is check your pager. You're Hezbollah. You're gonna die.
Nasrallah's death would be a potentially catastrophic blow for the group. Several of Hezbollah's military commanders have been assassinated in other Israeli strikes since July. And thousands of its members were injured in booby-trapped pager and walkie-talkie explosions earlier this month, leaving it badly diminished and potentially leaderless. The stunning developments follow Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's address to the UN General Assembly, where he received a mix of boos and applause.
And we'll continue degrading Hezbollah until all our objectives are made.
Yeah, I wonder what those objectives are. There's never been an instance where Israel has not said that they're doing this for like security concerns, just so you understand. It is always a security concern. Like the justification for the state of Israel existing since 1948. Oh, this is a security concern. This is a security concern. Understand that like that is the justification for you to hear in the Western world and understand and agree with. The tactic is always the same. Displace civilians, and then settlers come in and take over that territory. People understandably feel resentful and spiteful against Israel, fight back. Then Israel encroaches on more territory because you have to protect those civilians that now moved into that area, right? That's why people are desperately inside of Israel. You have ultra-Orthodox, rabid, ultra-Zionist, ultra-nationalist settlers who are fascists trying to go into Gaza and settle again. And they have plans to settle Gaza again. This is what they did in the West Bank. This is what they used to do in Gaza. This is what they did in Sinai. And this is what they did in Golan Heights. This is what they did in Shebaa Farms. This is technically Lebanese territory going to Syria. And it doesn't matter, right? They will always have an appetite for more and more territorial acquisition. And then when they move people into that territory, and the people that are now displaced from that territory are like, well, what the f is this? This was my family's farm. Why the f did you take that? Yeah, look, Israel is preparing for a limited incursion into Lebanon.
Overnight, Israeli warplanes targeted even more areas across Beirut's southern suburbs, reportedly carrying out at least 20 strikes before dawn.
These people cheering this on, which is just more civilians dying, brainwashed by Zionism, brainwashed into thinking Israel's legitimate. 1 out of 3 people in Haifa are non-Jewish Russians. This is nothing but colonial genocide of a different flavor, fake-ass state. Yeah, I mean, it is. It totally is.
Now, President Biden and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin have both denied being given advance warning from Israel of massive strikes targeting Nasrallah, with Secretary Austin saying the first time he was told about it was while the strikes were actually happening. The White House now instructs the Pentagon to, quote, assess and adjust U.S. forces across the Middle East as needed. Jeff.
Yes, thank you.
Is election Donald Trump a better choice for the safety of Lebanon? No, there is no better choice. There is only one choice. America does what it wants to do. I need you guys to understand, okay? America and Israel, as an extension of America, is a force that will not change its trajectory regardless of whether a Democrat is in charge or a Republican is in charge. This is something that is important for a lot of people to comprehend because this is a Democratic administration doing this, and Democrats are supposed to at least present themselves as a counterbalance against the Republican incursions, against Republican neocon sentiment, against Republican death and destruction. And it's very obvious that they're not doing that. The Democrats are not doing that, and they're waging the exact same bloody war. So Donald Trump is not going to change that trajectory even a little bit, if not make it worse. It doesn't really matter to the people that are directly under this permanent occupation at this point. If you are living in these regions, there is unfortunately no solution for you in terms of like who is going to be, who's going to be in charge of this death and destruction. And before you point to this, okay, and say, when Israel killed Ahmed Yassin, the leader of Hamas, the Bishop Ministry condemned Israel for killing 7 others. When Israel killed Bassam Nasrallah, the Biden administration congratulates Israel for its measure of justice and Israel strikes against 300 people. This right here makes it seem as though George W. Bush is more moderate, okay? On Israel, he was. And I repeated this before. I talked about this like a couple days ago. But that does not mean that like the American foreign policy has moved so firmly into the right. This doesn't mean that like a Republican would do that right now. Trump would do that right now. They would not. Understand where we are in terms of America being a uniparty in its analysis of foreign policy, okay? We are uniparty on foreign policy, especially. George W. Bush was more moderate technically and still felt the bag in Israel-Palestine in very meaningful ways. George W. Bush was also a death-dealing warmonger. His administration is literally the worst. Still worse than the Biden administration, still worse than the Trump administration in terms of its foreign policy. Of course, it's unimaginable. No one approaches the death and destruction that the Bush administration dealt to the world, and even in terms of domestic policy, in terms of like greatly accelerating America's security apparatus and internal surveillance state. But having said that, we, as a consequence of George W. Bush and as a consequence of Barack Obama continuing that foreign policy, as a consequence of Donald Trump continuing that foreign policy, have now firmly moved as a uniparty to a level of like right-wing fascist behavior from the Democrats and the Republican Party both. This basically is what I am trying to explain to people, that like if your expectation is that one party is going to do it differently, it's not going to happen.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed. Cancel last.
Changing mine.
We have taken the lead.
Hey guys, before we get into the video, did you know that I stream on Twitch every week? Doing a lot of cards unboxing, we did a Digimon, and then me and Jarvis just did a first edition Pokemon box. So this is twitch.tv/CurtisOn. It's a lot of fun. If that's your thing, then check it out. If not, enjoy the video. Folks! I know you guys have been pretty upset with me because I stopped doing my my usual intro. I've been doing it for years and then I just kind of stopped. And you guys are mad at me, understandably so. So I thought, you know what? I was in the wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back. Hey sisters! Guys, I'm not feeling very motivated. I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to film this freaking video. If only there were people out there who stood on stages and yelled a bunch of vague, vapid, generalized nonsense in my face. But no one would be crazy enough to do that, right?
The point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. And all the lessons that I learned here on stage. Why were you scared in here? Everything you people told you didn't have to put on.
No, motivational speakers. You've heard of them. But what are they really? Is this a motivational speaker? You can do it, man. Yes, technically it is, but that's not what the video is about, obviously. I want to talk about motivational speakers in general before we get into the main event, because that whole profession is just so fascinating to me. Like the thought of someone getting on stage and being like, you can do it. Thank you, that'll be $800. It's so fucking crazy to me, man. And before you say it, I know. I go up on stage and I talk about my dick and balls for an hour. But my tickets are only like $40, so it's fine. If you're watching this video and a motivational speaker has actually helped you like improve your life, become more confident or something, cool. That's great. I'm proud of you. But most of the time, these motivational speakers are just saying the most generic shit in the world and charging hundreds of dollars for it. And it's just so funny to me. Like, I love comparing motivational speaking to stand-up comedy because there's a lot of similarities. There's crowd work, jokes, way too many white guys. The main difference is like comedians usually have like the handheld mic, but the motivational speakers, man, they got the fucking Britney Spears microphone, dude. I gotta get me one of those. Oh, actually, I gotta start using a gamer headset as a microphone when I'm doing stand-up, dude. Holy fuck. So I said, babe, that's not very pog of you. But no, it's funny to compare motivational speaking to stand-up because like with stand-up, there's like a pretty clear path, like a clear progression. You know, you start doing some open mics in your city and then maybe, you know, once you get out there a bunch, you start getting booked on some shows and keep at it, you get better. Maybe an opportunity opens up, a showcase, maybe an audition for like a cool show or something. Like that makes sense, but how do you become a motivational speaker? Right? Are there motivational speaker open mics at dingy bars that I'm not aware of? Because if there are, please fucking tell me and I will go to every single one. Okay, thanks everybody for coming. Give it up for your host. All right. Yeah, if you don't mind, this is just got some new material to work out, so bear with me. I believe in you guys. I think you guys can do it, okay? And I'm gonna change someone's life today. Sir, what do you do for a living? Oh, come on, man. Leave me out of this. You're just gonna roast me or something. No. Come on, man. Go to the next guy. I'm a motivational speaker. This is... I love this. Why are you all laughing? I love this. This is really fun. Are we having a lot of fun, guys? I'm a motivational speaker, guys. I'm motivating you. I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to make you feel better about yourself. I don't think you're laughing. Genius, you're a genius. Can I just do my speech then? If you guys are just gonna keep laughing, I believe in you guys. Hey, Lauren, you know that new sound you've been looking for? You guys can do it. Listen to this. If you set your mind on it, I think you can achieve the goals. That's the finish line. First place. Is that how it happened? feel like there's a lot of overlap with entrepreneurs and motivational speakers. Every entrepreneur is a motivational speaker and vice versa. And I think that's because a lot of these entrepreneurs are so disconnected from the real world that they think anybody can do what they did if they just like put in the work or not making excuses, you know, all that generic shit. But I think the perfect example of this is someone like Grant Cardone. He's a business boy. He does a lot of like motivational seminars that are supposed to like help your mindset and also help your business. Also, Grant Cardone's last name is what a mechanic says when he's done a long day of work. Cardone, let's listen to this snippet of one of his speeches.
I've called on people I didn't want to be with. I've done things I didn't want to do, okay? It is not about doing what you love. It's about doing whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality, to be closed and stay closed.
First off, music's way too fucking loud. What makes you happy? But seriously though, what did he say there? What did Grant really say there? Nothing. He didn't say a fucking thing. And look at how expensive it is to see him live. $2,500. And that's the cheapest option. Again, if these people help you out, congrats. I have a lot of questions, but at the end of the day, I'm happy for you. But to me, a lot of these motivational speakers are just con men preying on the emotionally vulnerable, which brings us to today's topic. I was scrolling through TikTok, as one does, when I stumbled upon a video from this guy named Owen Cook. So let's watch that.
Come to the front for a second. Come to the front. I just want you to. I want everybody to see you clearly. Come to the front. Yeah, loud. The reason I brought you is I want you to share loud. Say hi. Hi. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How does it sound?
Enemies taking Bravo. All objectives secured.
Well, that's it. Oh, I thought there'd be more. Because what the fuck? Watching your fist. That's what my dog's vet said after cutting his balls off. My dog's balls. He didn't say, my vet didn't say, watch him get fixed. And he cut his own balls off. Back to the video. That guy just said words louder. That's the solution, huh? That's what fixes all your problems. Lose your job, no big deal. Life divorce you? Easy. Got yelled at by the librarian because you're yelling too much in the library. Fuck. Sorry. So obviously when I saw this video, I went straight to his profile to see what else he has going on. And folks, it's a fucking gold mine. So this Owen Cook fella, he goes around and does these motivational shows where he'll bring people up on stage with them and he'll try to like alphatize them. He'll try to fix all their problems with an alpha mindset and he'll turn all these beta cucks into these alpha fucks. It's kind of amazing. So I thought we'd go through his content today and see if we can learn anything. The one thing he's doing differently from the Grant Cardones of the world is his tour is actually free. I mean, like nothing's really free, so there's got to be some sort of catch. He probably sells like CDs there. But the website says it's free. Still a little too expensive for what he's giving, but, you know, to each their own. But also, it's pretty cool. We take a look at his website. It says his tour is a can't miss event. Is there a Mr. event? Yes, there is, Kurt. I swear to God, like clockwork. Every time you see these like self-help gurus, motivational speakers, these alpha males, they can't fucking spell. Spell check, dude? They're for fucking betas, bro. B-A-Y-T-U-H. Beta. But anyways, Owen's style of motivation is very different from his peers. He takes a very interesting angle, so let's take a look at it.
Okay, pop over. So he's looking at the ground already. He's tense. Can you see how tense he looks right now? Say hello to the audience. Hello. Okay, so his voice can't project. And by the way, I hate to say it, you guys just insulted him, by the way. You want to know why? You literally, do you want to know my greatest fear of being in a wheelchair? Not the wheelchair. I'm not afraid of a wheelchair. You know what scares me? Everybody's gonna be too nice.
Okay, I don't even know where to begin. First thing, pretty crazy to insult someone for not being able to make their voice project when you're talking into a microphone, sir.
Okay, so his voice can't project.
Of course he isn't talking as loud as you, man. That's an unfair advantage. That's like standing on stilts and fucking making fun of everybody for being short. And then this next thing he says, people cheer for this guy to be nice and like supportive for, you know, having the courage to go up.
And by the way, I hate to say it.
And he says that they're insulting him.
You guys just insulted him, by the way.
Not true. If people applauding and cheering for you is an insult, oh man. I'm constantly bullied. But then after that, he takes a really sharp turn and goes on to say that the worst part about being in a wheelchair is people being too nice to you.
Everybody's gonna be too nice.
And I think I'm gonna push back on that a little bit, just because of how inaccessible the fucking world is for people in wheelchairs. You know what I mean? Say if someone in a wheelchair couldn't get into their dentist's office because there's no wheelchair ramp, like it's not wheelchair accessible. I highly doubt the first thing they're saying is like, well, at least this isn't someone being nice to me. Man, what a fucking weird take, bro. Like, this is a thing about motivational speakers. They'll say the craziest shit and then just keep talking. Like, they didn't even say it. Like, no, go back. Please explain yourself. But anyways, a lot of his TikToks are just like little clips that he pulled from a 54-minute video on his YouTube channel of this entire seminar. And I unfortunately watched the entire thing. And I just want to show you guys some of the highlights of that seminar, because when I was done watching it, I had to wipe dust off of my chin because my jaw was on the floor the whole damn time. So I made a little montage just to show you what the vibes were like at this seminar.
If I'm speaking to you like this right now, and I'm speaking to you like this right now, and I'm speaking to you like this right now, if I'm speaking to you like this right now, and I'm speaking to you like this, why'd the human cross the road? You ever have a friend your age die? No. Soon you will, if you're lucky.
I took a few lines out of context for the sake of comedy, obviously, but I promise you, even with context, it makes no sense. It honestly might make less sense with context. You can probably tell so far, Owen's method is a little unique. It's a little crazy. Instead of inspiring people with positive affirmations and good advice, he goes the entirely opposite way and just insults them, straight up bullying people and calling it motivational speech. And you know what? Call me crazy. I don't think that's the best method to motivate people. Like this poor guy, who, may I add, he said he's been watching Owen for 5 years.
How long have you known about me?
About 5 years. And he's still having problems, which, you know, kind of makes you think that the things that he's teaching don't fucking do anything. That's just a theory. But this poor guy, man, he goes to a seminar, he can learn tips on how to become more confident because maybe he has a lot of people in his life who put him down. And when he gets to the seminar to avoid all the bullies in his life, he gets bullied by this fucking lumberjack ass. You go to a motivational speaker to make you feel better. Owen's doing the opposite, man. That's like if you went to go see a doctor because you have a broken leg, but instead of the doctor fixing your broken leg, he just breaks your other leg too. And then you're in a wheelchair and people are gonna be too nice to you. Ugh. I've compiled a few clips of him just bullying, so let's watch.
The type of person you'll never meet. Never meet. Because you're just a little three. A little three. And not only are you three, but you're here to get help, and instead of getting help, you got laughed at by a woman. And laughed at by the entire crowd. And then a bunch of people, even quieter and more derpy looking than you, are gonna form in a group. Yeah, you were about to say something, I can tell? No? Okay, of course. So, okay. When I do that, by the way, what I'm doing is teaching.
It's hard to watch, man. And also, that last clip is so fucking crazy, man.
What I'm doing is teaching.
You know, when I do that, I'm teaching. You know, I'm teaching. You know that? You guys know that, right? I'm teaching. I'm being a good guy.
Because you're just a little three.
You know when I pantsed him and then gave him a swirly and stole all his lunch money, then stuffed him into a locker and then threw the locker into the ocean? It's a life lesson. You're just bullying them, man. And the last time I checked, that's not what teachers do. All right, class, can anybody tell me what 5 times 6 is? Yes, you. I think it's 25. 25, you said? With a question on the board there? Fuck, good job, man. Yeah, good answer. Holy shit. Class, Albert Einstein's here. Albert Einstein's here in the fucking classroom. Holy shit. Huge fan. Can I get your autograph? Oh, wait, sorry, it's 30. Sorry, I got 30. No. If Albert Einstein says 5 times 6 is 25, I guess it is. Inventing new math over here. Fuck, man. I thought you died. I fucking straight up thought you died. But look at you, Albert Einstein, in my class. Holy shit, guys. Okay, you don't have to be so mean. I'm Trying my best. I'm trying my best. Shut the fuck up, man. Nobody even asked you what 5 times 6 is. What? You literally asked me. I asked the class. I asked the class. I didn't ask you. I'm in the class. Fuck you, man. That was a low blow. What the fuck? You're ugly. I look exactly like you. You see? That's ridiculous. To me, it seems like like when Owen was a kid, he would get bullied by someone, and every time the bully would be like, oh, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. So that's what he thinks teaching is. But hey, Owen is a self-proclaimed alpha male, so we have to listen to him. Let's see what else this alpha male has to say.
Just never be a beta. Just never, ever do it. It is death. Never, ever, ever do it. Okay? Okay? The only thing good is if you're like in jail and you're about to get shot. You're like, okay, you know? Other than that, if you're in a free society, don't do it. It just doesn't happen. It cannot happen. And by the way, the sooner you accept this, the easier life gets. You're like, oh, life is actually awesome when you accept it. As long as you don't accept it and you're like, I just want someone to like me for the real beta me, your life's gonna be freaking miserable. People around you will be miserable and you will be miserable. So just get over it. Okay, it doesn't mean to walk around paranoid. An alpha male is comfortable with themselves. The number one trait of an alpha is self-comfort. So just be comfortable with yourself. Stop being uncomfortable with yourself and hiding.
Bro, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Oh, this shit pisses me off, man. The only time you're allowed to be a beta male is if you're about to get shot in prison. Okay, if I'm about to get shot in prison, I will be anything that will make me not get shot in prison, right? If I was in prison and some guy was like, be a parent, here I go. This obsession with like being like a type of male, like categorizing, it's so fucking weird, man. This is my impression of Owen Cook seeing a beta fish. How could you? Thank fucking God he isn't actually charging money for this, because wow. And I really feel for the audience, man. If you are going to this, you are in a bad spot. If this is what you need to help you out, you've tried everything else. And I'm sorry you're going through that. But it's so crazy to think that someone watched him say all this and they're like, it's true. When the real reaction should just be,
okay, it doesn't mean to walk around paranoid. An alpha male is comfortable with themselves. The number one trait of an alpha is self-comfort. So just be comfortable with yourself. Stop being uncomfortable with yourself and hiding.
What? And hey, man, I'm sorry, but you can't call yourself an alpha male when you're dressed like that. Sorry, but he's dressed like a fucking Zoomies manager. What's going through your head when you put that fit on? So top half, I'm thinking craft beer enthusiast, and the bottom half of me, let's go 7th grader. Hey, maybe I'm wrong about all this. Maybe he has a super alpha male, and I just can't tell.
He's getting feedback, right? Now, why am I so motivated?
Okay, never mind. I know the entire concept of alpha and beta males is not true, and it's so fucking stupid when people believe that. But it is so funny to see someone who calls himself an alpha male swing their feet back and forth like they're a toddler eating Cheerios. Always have to be an alpha male. An alpha male is the strongest, toughest, most masculine man in the room at all times. Unlike you, ugly and short and stinky, and you're never gonna accomplish anything unless you're about to get shot in prison. I am alpha. I'm the strong one. I'm tough. I'm gonna live forever. You're not. Okay, I think you guys get it. That's all we'll look at in today's video. I hope you learned something today. I know I did. I think the main takeaway from this video, the main message that I want to get across is you don't need a motivational speaker to make your life better. You don't need them. And you know what? Motivation, like, what is it, man? What even is it? It's a social construct, okay? Motivation is a social construct, and we need to reject it. We've all been fed lies that being motivated and driven are good qualities. No. Motivation is nothing but a byproduct of the Industrial Revolution, and we shouldn't be engaging in it. It's poison. Can't find a job? Good. Give up. You're a beta male? Awesome. You're a beta fish? Do not be motivated, okay? Even me motivating you to not be motivated is bad, and so you should do the opposite of what I'm saying. So be motivated. But at the same time, why motivate when you can motive not? Nice! Now let's hear a word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Sleeper Fantasy Sports. They've been around forever, right? They're a lot of fun, but they're usually done on super old platforms. Doesn't make sense, they're intimidating, they're confusing, just just blah. Luckily, Sleeper is here to solve that problem. Folks, if you've never heard of Sleeper before, it's time to wake up. Sleeper is the best app to host your fantasy football, basketball, and esports leagues. And Sleeper delivers an innovative, seamless, and clean mobile experience. So clean you could eat off of it. Don't, but you could. And oh yeah, did I mention it's completely free? Because it is. And unlike older, boring fantasy platforms, Sleeper has personality. It has interactive features like text and voice chat built right into the app. So you don't have to leave the app, go to your group chat to talk smack to your friends about how much better your team is doing. You can do it all within the app. And it comes with no ads. Isn't that amazing? Ads suck. Except for this one. Sleeper's mission is to connect people over sports. And I think that's great. I love that. And look, I know my audience. I know some of you may not be into traditional sports. I get it. But I know that I got a bunch of epic gamers who watch my channel, okay? And that's why I think it's so cool that Sleeper includes esports into their platform. And hey, that's probably why millions of players have made the switch over to Sleeper. I mean, it is the fastest growing fantasy platform after all. Folks, there's just no better option out there. They've got a super easy to use design, a brand new matchmaking feature to help people interested in playing to find a league that fits their needs. And oh yeah, everything is entirely free. So what are you waiting for? Even if you've never given fantasy sports a try, now's the perfect time to give it a go. So click the link in my description, download Sleeper on the App Store or Google Play. Find out why millions of people have made the switch over to Sleeper for their fantasy sports fix. And obviously it helps me out a bunch when you check out the sponsors, so everybody wins here, man. We're all winners, unlike in sports. Alright, thank you so much to Sleeper for sponsoring this video. Appreciate you. Hope you guys checked them out. Back to me.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you laughed, hope you feel motivated and inspired. You can like the video if you want, because one like equals one beta fish that I will turn into an alpha fish. You can leave a comment if you want, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you've ever been to a motivational seminar, and let me know if it helped you in any way. I'm very curious. And you can press the subscribe button if you want, because I make videos all the time. And as soon as you press the subscribe button, you become a valued citizen of Kurtistown. If you didn't know, Kurtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor. You have to be nice to me. It's the law. And you can check the description for the other things I do. I have a weekly podcast called Really, Really Good. I'm doing bonus episodes on my Patreon there now. My Twitch, I'm doing a lot of card openings on there now. It's a lot of fun. My gaming channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, all that bullshit is right down there in the description. All right, that's it. I would stick around, but I unfortunately have to go. I have to go teach someone a lesson, if you know what I mean. See ya.
Even after the sheriff's been in my brother's house once, he's still subverting me and stopping me from getting my daughter back. He's just still stealing my daughter and trying to keep her. He's trying to keep her going to the hospital and posing as her legal guardian. Okay? And then go to his house in the middle of the night with the cops again after the long time in the hospital. We show up again, 11:30 at night, whatever, and my brother comes out of the floor and he's kiss me and have all this real weird awkward.
Now, first off, very funny to have him talk about somebody being shifty and having awkward energy. Two, if you think, like, I am not a parent, right? But I know I have parents in my audience. If you thought your daughter was being held hostage, and as Steven is claiming, or at least alluding to, possibly something improper might be going on between your family and your daughter, I ask you, what would you stop at to get her back? Right? I think most parents would say, oh, there's not a limit to what I do to get them back.
Mission failed. Return to base.
Yet, what is he doing? He is telling his church members to go and harass them personally. He is essentially bullying and doxing. Kind of doesn't seem like the thing you would do if you were actually genuinely concerned, Steven. I don't know. That's just me.
Awkward body language and stuff like he's lying, and the cops are like, we don't know if he's lying, but we don't know. We can't enter his house, and so and they just they didn't have anything for me. They couldn't help me. The next day, I go to the sheriff's office again. I go to the courthouse, you know, and some cop tells me, have you tried a 9mm? What, so I can get arrested? Like, you know, it's funny how these cops are just telling me to just drag her out of there kicking and screaming and just, you know, use a 9mm and all this stuff to basically, you know, show your brother what's up. If I did that, they would arrest. They're like Satan or something, where they tell you to do something, they provoke you to do something, and then they're the ones that are going to turn around and accuse you when you do it. Like, I'm sure that's really going to go over real well, right? But anyway, so I finally just got frustrated with the police. I got frustrated with the courts and everything because they were just, you know, they're telling me I'm right every single time. They tell me I'm right.
Oh, thank you very much, Preacher Boys. Thank you for $4.99. Your work covering this whole saga has been absolutely incredible. Major props. Same to you. I really appreciated the interview you did with John.
Every single time they tell my brother he's wrong, but then they're just ineffective. Like, they don't do anything. So finally, I just end up just going home, you know, and that's where we're at, my friend. And so my daughter has been stolen from me. I don't know for sure where she is, but based on all the different...
Team deathmatch. Eliminate the enemy. Leave none alive.
All right. So, Ice Spice. Olivia's Mean Girl presentation. This is a culmination of terrible stories about Miss Ice Spice.
Now, Ice Spice has been hacking.
Yeah.
She was really popping off.
Since like 2023, she's been like on the rise. She had a song called Munch that went really viral, and after that she had huge artists like Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift backing her, so she's really been riding.
Is her
high.
star fading after all this?
A bit. Her new album didn't go. It did very well. It didn't do necessarily as well as one would have predicted if they saw the trajectory of her previous year. Yes.
Was it a good album? Are you a fan of Spice?
I mean,
That's a no.
here's the thing, is like, I'll show you guys. Don't worry.
Let me ask you this. Ian, are you an Ice Spice fan? I know you get into all this stuff.
Not really.
Yeah, I thought she was fun.
Right. At the start, it was
Fun at the start, I agree.
Yeah.
But I kind of like didn't really care to check the new album.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
She has a line that goes like, you thinking the shit? You know,
I got
even
that.
the fart.
I got that.
That's
she has a weird like fascination in her lyrics speaking about poop, which honestly just like isn't really my thing. I'm just not really into that. Yeah, your music is just
All right, let's hear her out.
All right, so these are the players. We'll get to each of them individually. This is just a visual to set it up. That is to the right of Ice. Ice's name is Isis, by the way.
Oh.
Yes.
Isis?
Isis.
How is it spelled?
ISIS.
Isis?
Yeah.
I thought we agreed.
I thought we agreed?
Yeah.
But I'll just call her. You can call her Isis, you can call her Ice, Spice, whatever you want.
Wow. I didn't know that would be a name of a person.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that the acronym spells ISIS. You read it out, but ISIS, the name predates the organization.
Well, ISIS did to that name what, you know.
It's like Adolf. Nobody named it Adolf.
Rule number one, having a
Well, how old is she? She probably was born before the rise
Oh, yeah,
of ISIS.
so,
yeah.
I think she's like a few years younger than me, maybe. She's like 21.
Okay, so there you go.
Go look at my ISIS video.
She's 24.
Just to be clear, no relation to ISIS, the terrorist group.
No relation. We don't have that evidence.
Just to clarify.
To the right of Ice Spice is Cleotrapa. Cleotrapa is another artist.
That's
Also related to
It's like fire.
Yeah, that's
It's so fire.
Yeah, I love it.
Cleotrapa?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
like Cleopatra, but Trappa.
Oh, Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's amazing.
Okay, it's amazing.
Yes. We found it.
It goes hard, bro.
You don't think so? It's so funny.
For some reason, the rhyme doesn't connect that hard for me.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Okay.
but what am I? You know, who am I?
You're Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast.
Yeah. A notable figure.
Totally. So to the right of Cleotrapa, who, by the way, is the main op in this story of Ice Spice. She is the catalyst of why I'm doing this PowerPoint today. So true. her beef. So to the right of Cleotrapa is Baby Storm, who was Ice's best friend, like growing up, and she exposed Ice in April, and so I have all of that evidence. Yeah.
We don't like to hear that.
Yes, me neither. And then to the right of Baby Storm is Madeline RG and Central C, who have a C storyline. They're not really involved in this.
They don't have the cool names, so they don't.
So true.
Focus.
They're the C plot.
Yeah.
We're going through A and B plot, but I have a little section for them at the end because I think that it informs Ice Spice and.
So that's why they're smaller.
Yeah, that is why they're smaller. Thank you.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
So. And next. So, Ice Spice. Let's talk about it. We said that in 2023, her rise to fame. Her leading single off her debut album, Think You the Shit, Fart. That was her leading single.
And then in parentheses, fart.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That single did really well. It went very viral. It's about some girl named Lotto that she had beef with for a while. People really seem to like it. Since though the launch of her, or the debut of her album, she has lost a total of 540,000 followers on Instagram, partly due to the story we will be talking about today.
Whoa.
But
That's pretty major for a big artist.
Yeah. She's also lost 25% of listeners on Spotify since her rise.
So
do you,
serious.
Do you think it's just like, is it a combination or is it all just from this story? Or is it like people just kind of were losing interest anyway? You know what I mean?
I think it's a combo of all three. I think longevity is like super tough, especially when you come up so quick.
Right.
And also when you like have memes ingrained in your music, I think that people
Wears
start
off.
to people start to see it. And then if you don't keep it fresh, if you just keep going, like for example, these are some of her lyrics off her new album.
Ice tends to melt.
That is
So
great. True.
Very good.
So would you like
I'll
to
be here all
read
night.
these, Ethan?
Oh, I was thinking of one. It's ironic her name is a Spice if she can't keep it spiced up.
So true. So true.
What do you mean almost? All right, go on.
Would you like to read these lyrics off her new album?
Yeah, so here's some. Think you the shit, bitch? Oh, that's from the original. Not even fart. Raw.
Yep.
I be going hard. Raw.
Right.
And then here's the new ones. I'm poopy, but I never smell. That's not hard.
Do you think all the spices give her the shits?
Baby Bell.
Yeah.
Stands in on shit like a floor mat. Ew.
Yeah, I just.
That's a disgusting image.
Yeah.
Like the other one is funny and like catchy, but this one she's like, I'm standing on shit in my bathroom. I shit on the floor and I'm standing on it.
And I flattened it into
But
a
this-
thin sheet and then turned it into a rectangle.
These lyrics are so Ethan core.
Yeah.
I
I think they're
you.
funny. I find it very funny.
But
I mean,
it's
yeah, people
taken
have
a
different
turn
tastes.
to more gross than like
It's out of
clever.
context, you know?
Well, hold on. Birdie took a fake perk. Now he got tummy runs. Oh, that one's
Eh.
more inferred.
It's just like, it's fine.
It's silly though.
That's awesome.
So another notable moment from Ice is she went on Kai Cenat's stream.
Right.
And this is a clip that went very viral. His
Okay.
chat and Kai were like,
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for standing by. The power went out in our whole building, which tends to happen when it's hot out. But didn't they get the memo? It's autumn.
Autumn.
But anyway, if the power went out,
Yeah, it's not that hot today.
we kind of had to restart everything. But thank you for waiting it out. You guys know we always come back. We've never just disappeared. We always come back.
Yeah.
So thank you. Well, yeah, no. I
Like
mean,
herpes.
like herpes?
Yeah, we always come back.
Always come back.
reliable like that.
Like I said, I'll be here all night.
Can't wait. Yay. Okay, so we were about to watch this clip of Ice Spice freestyling on Kai Cenat's stream.
Yes.
Back to the fun here.
Oh.
What the fuck?
What?
Is that the beat?
Fuck him up.
He's giving her a beat to
What is that
freestyle
beat?
over.
What is that?
It sounds like a
He's
monster.
setting her up, man.
They're in the
Drop the
back
beat.
of. They're in the back of a UV or what's it called U-Haul.
Like they're in the back of U-Haul?
Yes.
Oh, why?
So she just starts twerking? I mean, that's smart, because, like, obviously that's better.
Ethan, do you get warmed up for the show like that?
Twerking, yeah. I twerk for Eli every morning.
You not gonna freestyle?
That was my favorite.
That was freestyle?
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought that was smart, because there's
Yeah,
no way that she was going to look good.
I remember watching that clip and thinking, that's cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. It was also before, this was July 25th, so it was before all of the, like, major shit took place, where it was like, oh, damn, I guess she is kind
So
of...
she was so people were into this. They liked it.
Not necessarily. I think people like me liked it. I think that, like, the misogynists really ran with it, and they were just like, oh, she's so untalented.
I
Like,
think
women...
they would be the ones that like it.
No, they're...
Secretly, yes.
They criticize the success of a female rapper.
But she twerks one time and discredits her whole career? Give me a break.
I agree with you.
That's
Okay.
my favorite beat. You guys remember that one?
This is Cleotrapa. We were talking about her a little bit. She's friends with Ice. They met about like 2 years before her come up. She was more famous than Ice when they became friends.
Oh.
Important.
Capture and keep hold of the objective.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Bad blood.
I had not listened to any of her music before this. I will say, my top song right now and my liked song is by her. She does a Hannah Montana sample. I thought it was cool. It's called Rockstar, if anybody's interested. Next up,
We're taking Bravo.
2 other people we will be speaking about today, Madeline RG and Central C. Not important to the direct story, however, the data, when I give it to you, it's important to inform your conclusions. Baby Store, let's start with her, all right? This is Ice's ex-best friend. She exposed her in April 2024.
Best friend from like childhood kind of?
Yeah, they grew up together.
So she came out in April of this year.
Yes.
Okay.
She posted onto Twitter, the next person to be exposed will be my ex-best friend, Isis, or as y'all know her.
It like ISIS?
She does.
I thought it was spelled a different way than that.
No, we went over
Why
that.
I mean, the ISIS has done so much damage to the world, and like they knew what they were doing, man, when they came to that name too.
They're like, I'm gonna mess with Ice Spice.
They literally, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They're in price
Right.
So, the most notable leak that Baby Storm put out was she put screenshots of her texts with Ice, and they're talking about Nicki Minaj. Okay? Yeah.
Hold on, that's a little catty. Like, if you're having a private conversation with your best friend.
It is. I think it's shady to release texts like
Come
that.
on, that's fucked up. And how many texts do you think they have? If they're like best friends, they probably text about everything. All the time.
What do you mean? Get to this point. Do we know why they're ex-best friends?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
She said, how'd the call go yesterday? On a good note, open-ended again. This is Ice. But then James called me and said Nikki's old manager of 11 years said she was being unfair, asking for too much. They're talking about the Barbie collab.
Okay.
So Ice Spice had a song in Barbie, so did Nicki Minaj. In these texts, Ice claims that she brought the opportunity to Nicki, and that Nicki's being ungrateful. Everybody's telling me it's hard to negotiate with her because she doesn't let people talk like lawyers or James. Just woke up, that's so annoying, bro. Does she not realize she's asking for too much? No, she doesn't think so at all. So frustrating. Do you guys think you'll be able to come to a compromise? And then Ice says, hopefully, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie soundtrack, which is an opportunity I brought her because Barbie asked me to do it alone. But since that's her brand, I invited her on, and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. She's kind of like my mom, ungrateful and delusional. I cut her off, by the way, not speaking to her till January.
Why would she post this?
That's crazy.
She's just literally talking about...
Such a violation of privacy.
Honestly, it wasn't even really me. She was being like just pretty factual with her friend.
Yeah.
seems like she honestly was upset by something she did, and she vented to her friend about it.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
Her friend's a scumbag.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so what Baby Storm is doing is she's retaliating because of their friendship fallout. Ice, not a good friend. And we'll see her be a bad friend. And I'm sure that...
Even
But so far, there was nothing here worth exposing.
not even.
Well, exposing being that this made Nikki fucking hate Ice Spice.
Sure.
And all the bombs.
Which is like whatever. She was really talking like totally factually with her friend.
Yeah. I think super uncool to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, she's talking more shit.
She's doing more terrorism.
No.
No.
So they're saying that Nikki's jealous.
Settled the score.
Okay, and now we're getting into Cleotrapa. So one of the things that Baby Storm posted when she was doing her expose of her ex-best friend Ice Spice is she said, "This is Cleo," linking like a clip of Cleo. The girl she chose to be best friends with to the public, when in reality, it was me behind the scenes. Cleo and her are not really friends. Isis has always hated Cleo, but she used her so she could appear closer to blackness. Something that we don't really have anything to contribute to it, but a conversation is that people say that Ice Spice is colorist. So that's what they're referring to when they're talking about stuff like this.
What is colorist? I'm sorry.
When you're in the black community and when you see superiority in skin tone.
But she sees superiority in light skin?
Yeah. That's what they're accusing
I thought it was
of.
the opposite. Or at least, I guess, when okay. I don't know if there's probably different philosophies in it.
So, Ice Spice started her Y2K, her new album, tour this summer. They did the North American leg
Ethan does not know
from
much
July
about this
to the end
subject.
of August. And Cleotrapa went with her on this tour. When you look at this poster, do you see Cleotrapa anywhere? Is she advertised at all?
She's trapped.
Like racism goes one way and light's dark. That's the
I don't
direction
know.
it goes.
All right. Let's get into it.
So what's her involvement? Is she like opening?
She's opening.
Okay. People usually post with their open.
This is for the tour, and this is the poster for the tour.
I mean, that's.
I agree.
I can understand the picture featuring the biggest artists on the line.
That's fine. It's her tour.
Yeah, no, any concert. Yeah, you have the lineup.
Well, these are other people that were touring with them. So they got listed, but she didn't.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Are they bigger?
Sure. Yeah, Riot's her producer too.
If you go to a festival, you see on the poster there's like 50 names of a bunch you've never heard of.
You can't pick and choose who you're gonna put as the opening act.
I'm telling you, I've never seen it. Like,
so she's
the openers are always on one.
So she's showing 2 of the 3 and excluding her.
Right.
Even though okay.
And something we do learn is that the show is listed to start at 8 p.m. or even on some nights, Cleo says 9 p.m. Cleo went out every night at 7:30, 7:45.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't see Ice Spice's name in there. I know she's on the
Well,
picture, obviously, but I guess, yeah.
It says Ice Spice right there too. Okay, so right after this leg ended, Cleo and Ice Spice unfollowed each other on Instagram. People were like, whoa, they just finished their North American leg. What's going on? And then Cleo posted this on Twitter. She said, "Y'all thinking I got paid is hilarious. I was played, betrayed, and unpaid. I never had a problem with not being paid, by the way. I knew. I just wanted everyone to stop thinking I was paid because I wasn't."
I do not pay traveling performer with you like that. What?
Right, and your friend you asked to come with you on tour.
Like, just from a professional standpoint, I didn't know that was even a thing.
Right. So then she comes out with a 6-part TikTok expose.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I know.
Let's go.
Ready?
Shine.
Let's just...
Part 1.
I love these TikTok exposes. Part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah, so I have important timestamps here. When you guys get bored of the important stuff, I'll just move to the more important stuff.
We're taking Bravo.
Ready?
Ready. I'm so locked in.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cleo. So y'all know me. I've always been vocal about everything, about literally everything. Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me.
Same girl.
Like, was you silent or was you silent?
Right.
Okay, and nobody's gonna do that to me. Something that they like, but as you can see, I only go up, and I could be seen as a threat to somebody who clearly isn't confident. You can fall out with a friend over miscommunications, misunderstandings. That's okay. You know, we can work it out, honestly. It's not something that is like, has to end everything. You know what I'm saying? But you actually have one time to show me that you are jealous, intimidated, untrustworthy, fake, disloyal, and genuine, manipulative, and calculated. And I promise you that will be the last time you ever play with me. Now I will break down how it ended. And for a lot of people that don't know, me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her. Now, anyways, I'm just gonna tell the story because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know why we
the whole
are.
like. I was so supportive of her, and so it's like now you need to be supportive of me. It's like, well, were you supporting her genuinely or not?
That is a good point.
Not friends anymore because a lot of y'all loved us being together. You guys do deserve to know why we're not friends. Y'all do deserve to know who y'all are so obsessed with. Y'all love her so much. Y'all deserve to know who that girl is as an actual human being.
We do deserve that.
As an actual human being. Fuck looks.
What are we doing with our friends, Zach?
Fuck all of that. As a human being, as your soul. Y'all deserve to know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
She's so right.
I need to know.
I need to know.
Early in the morning, Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I can be doing. I can be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gag. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever broke me out on stage. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Like, I guess this girl, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed like a month ago.
She's talking about Baby Storm.
Okay.
So she thinks that Ice is using her the way that Baby Storm accused Ice of using her. So she's like, oh, she's asking me on this tour so that she can make up for the Baby Storm allegations, which is that she like bullied her with a bad friend.
Like she's really trying to like, you know, be an actual friend because that shit was weird as fuck. And I checked her out that shit, and even for her to apologize was only related with her ex-best friend. She's trying to make it up. I don't know why I kept thinking like she was trying to make it up for being like caught being fake, but it was just like even a basketball game. It was like one day later she's like dropping a song. It's like every time she's like inviting me out, cause we never chill or some like chill shit, bro. Like it was never like just some chill. It was always like
I thought they were doing chill shit.
Next day.
So she's saying that
they're doing chill shit.
I thought they were chill. And she told me what they're not doing chill shit.
Deserve to know.
Deserve to know if they're doing chill shit or not.
They are iced.
Are Miss Trappa and Miss Storm friends?
No.
No. Okay.
And the song is dropping too. So it was like, this girl kind of uses me for her rollouts. So I'm just like, okay. When the tour thing came out, I'm like, oh, she's actually trying to like get
we can move on. So at the end of this video, she says that Ice tells her, no, don't worry about it. I got you in terms of paying for everything. That is something that Ice said to her.
Of course she's paying for everything.
Right.
She's going on tour with her. What do you mean?
Right.
What kind of gig is this?
I totally agree with you.
I would like to see receipts, though.
We do have text receipts afterwards, and also we have low-key in admission. So.
Okay.
So that's that. I'll tell y'all how the tour went now. Please keep in mind that before I went on tour, we're back. Leave your bag. Yeah, we're in a hotel room. We're not sure if we're gonna like bring our bags to the venue, cause I guess like we were gonna come back to the hotel. But she told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need something. Don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Her security, who brings all her bags, she has like 10 bags, he brought my bag. Brought the bags down, and now we're at the venue, and I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction, like she said I probably would have.
Oh, she's right. Looking out for you.
That's that. She cursed me, okay? Cause now
Can't take that back.
so I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I go to the security. I'm like, can you get my bag out the trunk? Because I have no idea where the trunk is, where the car went. We just came into the venue like we artists. We work at a bar. Yep.
So this very much could be like two sides to a story situation.
Certainly.
Because she could just be acting wild and being like a total...
There is a stylist who posted a TikTok.
Bitch? Is that what you're going for?
Nope.
No. A stylist did come out that was on this tour and vouched for Cleopatra. I was like, this is all true. But also, Ice Spice low-key also, in her own way, confirms it, which I'll show you.
Brings it upstairs. I changed, da-da-da-da. End of the show. I put my bag next to her 10 bags and the big black dresser. And yeah, I'm thinking everything is gonna be moved, but like back into the truck and we could, you know, leave, go back to the hotel. I turned around and my bag is still there. My bag was still there and all her bags was gone. I'm just like, why would somebody just leave my bag? Like, I'm like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? He brought all the bags. Okay, I'm like, can I pay somebody to bring my bags down? Because I didn't want to bring the bags down. Why would I want to bring the bags down? It's a girl. So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though. I'm tight. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to be performing. Need I remind you,
So, let's break that down. All of the bags were together.
Right.
But she asked for her bag, right? Because she needed something.
Well, yes, but the bags were all moved. Just Ice's, though. Not hers.
Moved to where?
To travel. To the car. Yeah.
Lester's there.
Like,
Did they not know what she was going to be?
her bag, and they don't know if it's ready to be picked up or not, kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Ice Spice's,
It's just one bag.
Right. Ice Spice's response when she was confronted about it was that she would have to pay for security more. And she was like, I don't know, we'll probably want to get paid a bunch if you do that. And then she's like, I will pay him to carry my bags. Because she goes on to explain that, I don't know how embarrassed I would necessarily be in the situation, but she does speak about it like it was an embarrassing moment, where she went from the hotel to the car in the pouring rain, and there were fans that were like mobbing her, and she was just like, it was fucking embarrassing. I was like holding my bags. So I don't necessarily know how I feel about that specific part.
Let's tone it down a little.
I don't really get this.
This is just instance one.
If someone has Trapper in the name, I'm not carrying the bag either. I'm not
Okay. Olivia, I had a quick question.
Yes.
She refers to being tight. Now, does that mean she's low on cash? Is she wearing tight clothes? What is she referring to?
Or famous? What was she? What did that mean?
She said,
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I don't know if I know.
What?
I'm tight.
Yeah.
I think it means, when did she say it?
She said like
Enemy, K-I.
She said, I'm really tight right now.
Before she goes in the rain?
she's not complaining about money.
No,
She goes on to say that.
not wanting to carry the bags. I thought.
Yeah, maybe just like a
I think
mad.
she's in a tight outfit. She needs low mobility. Low mobility.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this doesn't. Yeah, I'm not convinced by this.
Like the poster thing, like I get it. Like that's business, and that's like, you know, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen other times with you know, artists getting left off and stuff, but it would be an issue then too. You know, that I can definitely. That seems like an intentional slight to leave her off in the touring thing. Her bag's not getting moved to the place she wanted by security. Who gives a fuck?
And then she's like, I don't
This
carry
is not that
bags.
serious.
And also, like, maybe the security are there to make sure ISIS stuff is moved. So they're like, okay, we can only worry about this right now, and we gotta go.
Maybe they're used to.
I don't know. It's usually a tight kind of process.
I think most big artists travel with their own people. So if she's too broke to bring her own people.
Well, no, actually, she asked, and they didn't have enough room. And then one day, she was told she could bring an assistant, and then after that show, she was told the assistant had to go.
By the way, feeling tight is being mad.
Yeah, I was just seeing chat.
Also, everybody's saying we're dumb and white for not knowing
I'm old
that.
and white.
So.
I don't expect me to know.
I was gonna be Dio.
The thing, it's like I've been in a situation like this. I feel like it's not your show. You're in somebody else's turf, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you just kind of go along with the, I don't know. And maybe I should complain more, but I would personally just carry it.
In that instance, if that was the first and only thing, I'd probably just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We skipped part 2. Is the second part also bags?
No, that was part 2.
Oh, it was? Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not that I wouldn't like another part about
Part
that.
1 was just introduction.
Oh, right.
Series on bags.
Yeah.
Anyways, so of course this story is long as fuck because
115.
For real, that's not even really my friend. The New York tour, her dressing room was kind of small. I never have a dressing room. You know what was kind of weird? That she said that I was gonna be with her the whole time. Like, I was gonna be with her, you're gonna be with me, you're good. And when I would come inside the venue, her whole tour production team, they would act like they have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like, did she not tell you guys that I'm supposed to be in her room? They're just like, oh, we don't have a room for you, but here.
How do you
they'll
not
give
have
me
a
like,
dressing room?
Right?
they'll give me like a bathroom.
Yet they have
The
it
bathroom that everybody
for special
uses.
guests.
They'll give me the bathroom and say, well, you can get dressed inside this bathroom right here. And I'm just like,
Hold on.
Yeah, she should have led with this. This is way more damning than the fucking.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know
my bag got left
I have to
behind.
do it in order. I'm
No,
sorry.
I feel you. I feel you.
We're not talking
No,
about you, but
She's, I
This
agree.
is part 3. You should have front loaded this. This is way more fucked up.
Cut the bag. Cut the bag, sir.
Cut the bag part.
And if you want to tell, I can tell you right now, she did not. ICE did not cover her hotel expenses.
Are you kidding me?
Later, I think it's in
insane.
part 4. She turns to her in an elevator in front of like the boy that she's hooking up with, not Cleopatra, but ICE's like guy. She says in front of her guy, "You're not going to get your own room."
Secure the hard point.
What? You're on tour with her.
What the hell? Wait. So calling her out like you're gonna make me pay for it?
Yeah, she's like, "You're what? You're not going to get your own room." So then she ends up and she goes and stays with the hairstylist.
Hardpoint compromised.
Is this ICE's like first tour? Like, does she not know how things work?
This is her first tour.
Oh,
Interesting. No,
This is her first like headlining tour. Yes.
Hold on.
But
Was
she has a whole team.
But yeah, and also she's her friend.
Hold on. Yeah. This is her first big tour. What kind of? How many seats are they selling on this Ice Spice?
Sure, a lot.
A good amount.
Big, yeah.
Well, this is also
I'd like to know.
peak, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Because you're making a lot of money.
Yeah, this was the summer.
We've been in enough theaters now, like even as ones as small as 1,500, even 800. Shit. There's like probably more like 1,500 plus. There's like plenty of dressing room space for people to use.
Yeah.
And it's not even a lot. It's just like a few people.
We haven't, like, I don't know where this is. We haven't traveled the country. We've only been in LA. So possibly it's more spacious here.
They make it nice because these are artists. They know that they need a certain accommodation.
You think sometimes you have bands, and bands are going to have 4 or 5 people, so they should at least have that, you think, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, are they doing like 800 people shows? They're doing
No.
5,000 plus?
I'm looking where she performed in New York.
5,000 plus would be like mega premium, like massive space for the artist.
I'd imagine she's already that famous that it would be at least that.
5,000
Dongarn?
Okay, it says she performed at Terminal 5 in New York City.
She just played at the terminal? Just
What is
people waited there?
It says in New York City on her Y2K World Tour in August, the show was originally scheduled for the rooftop at Pier 17, but was moved indoors due to severe weather conditions.
Here and then to the terminal?
It's a 3,000 cap.
Okay, so
3,000.
yeah, I mean, first of all,
they have more than a few
big.
dressing rooms.
there's enough dressing rooms. Also, yeah,
But what's with her team? Why aren't they not taking care of her? Like, they should know better. Whoever's, like, managing the tour.
Well, the way that Cleo is speaking is she thinks that, like, Ice just wanted her to struggle. Like, some people get satisfaction of watching their friends.
But so she's not an experienced touring artist. I mean, most artists probably have their own team that books their or even if they're not with you, right? You would have someone that like takes care of hotel rooms and reservations and stuff.
But what about
Tour
restricting?
manager, exactly.
What about restricting food?
Restricted? She didn't let her eat?
I don't know, bro. We'll get there.
But
Part 4.
obviously, though, like a hotel room, that's not going to cost that much money in the scheme of a whole tour. Like that's just bitchy.
She should absolutely not pay for that.
Yeah.
Well, especially if she's not being paid. Apparently, she's not even being paid.
Yeah, this whole situation.
It was just confusing.
We gotta keep going.
That's because she was tight.
This is the second instance. There's another bag situation.
Love the bags.
Right. So
Get that bag.
yeah,
She's going her dressing room.
she's just talking about. Yeah.
She let her do it.
Do you want me to go back? Okay.
Night ever since the Philly show when I said something about the luggage. That is why everything was weird afterwards. Now I put my bag, literally a tote, on the side of her couch, and she knows it's mine, because she knows that's my bag. I put it on the side of the couch. Her mom and her little sister came in the room, so everybody got out the room, like an hour goes by, I like go downstairs, I walk past the room, I see my bag, like my Telfar bag outside of her door. And I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out? Like, this little bag was on the side of the couch. Like, why would it need to be kicked out the room? What is crazy now, a few days later, and I'm not accusing anybody of nothing. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could have been somebody that walked past the door and seen a bag in the front of Ice's door. My card was used. $700 and something was used.
Yeah.
At one of those designer retail websites like Essence.
Oh my god.
So this was Ice Spice's dressing room.
Yeah.
Hotel room.
Hotel room. Her purse was left in there, the bag,
Just on the side of the couch.
out in front of the door, and it had been gone through and somebody had spent money on her card.
That's almost like unbelievable.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So after this part, she goes. There are two.
Like I find that unbelievable. It's just so fucking.
She does not show
weird.
the receipt.
Like it's just so ridiculously petty.
Well, let's still hold off because Olivia keeps saying that she basically admits to.
So presumably,
At this point, I would leave.
The tour.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Also, just in general, like, why is my bag outside?
Yeah.
Like, why? Just text me, be like, can you grab your bag?
Yeah, obviously.
So weird. So
hold on, that's all bad, but like taking her credit card and buying shit, that's fucking insane.
yeah, she lays out two options. She's like, either it was careless of her to throw out my bag for someone to go through it and take my credit card, or she was still pissed off about the bag situation where I confronted her and she wanted to get back at me.
It was definitely her. If it's backstage, nobody.
It was her hotel room.
I was in a hotel loft like that.
So there are two, if it's a hotel, there are two options, meaning it could be a suite and it could be inside the suite and someone who works for her could have taken it, or I can't imagine she would put it outside the door in the hallway.
I wouldn't get that faster. Why not?
That sounds like what.
Sounds like she exactly what she
Sounds like what she said.
I would picture her in the hallway.
That is what she said.
She said just random, not
If
even.
you're gonna use someone's card to buy something real fast, and you're gonna put the card down, you take the card, you walk in the room, and then you order.
It's also strange to go and buy some designer thing.
To put it back in the bag, it seems like a personal theft.
You know what was bought? Or?
Yeah, on Essence.
Love that. Great website.
Designer.
It's a great website.
Yeah. Designer stuff. So.
It's nice stuff.
Yeah,
Well, at least it was some fun treat yourself.
That did seem like a leg.
So gagged. I was just like, what? But of course, when my bank got my money back, I didn't even make it a thing. But imagine somebody that only has $700 and something in the account. And like, yo, and just imagine how other people could react to that. Like, they would be so fucking gagged, bro. I'm just like, whatever. You know, that's crazy. Because why would you kick my bag out? But like I said, I'm not even gonna say nothing. She probably gonna argue with me. She probably gonna say something.
Just wasn't worth it.
Now, I
Wasn't worth the
stayed
fight.
in New York a couple of days to work on my video shoot. When I came back, everything changed. So she told me to take a bunk on her bus because Ryan was coming to the back. Ryan's coming, so take him up on the bus. I was like, okay, girl, I'm not gonna cock block. You wanna be with your man? Cool, granny. That's what she told me, though. So I'm thinking, when you're done, this is like who knows? The bus ride is mad long. I'm thinking we're gonna go back to the hotel when we get to where we going, like we're gonna be in the same hotel. So when she got out the back room on the bus, we came out together. It was her, Riot, me, and the security were walking towards the elevator. We were outside the elevator. And this is something that she could have texted me because she texted me that he was coming on the bus and for me to take him over the bus.
The room.
So she goes in the elevator. You're not gonna get your own room? I was like, what? I didn't know I was getting my own room. I was back confused. I'm like, oh, I was trying to understand. And I stopped the elevator door from opening. Girl, why you can't say nothing to nobody? Like, why you always trying to give like an embarrassment kind of vibe? Like, it's not even embarrassing, but it's like, that's the vibe. You know?
Yeah, I do know.
It totally feels like that. Like she's trying to humiliate.
All of it together, it's adding up to that.
Absolutely insane.
Got me so gagged right now.
I am. I'm gagged. Aren't you gagged?
I'm gagged and tight right now.
So true.
Thank you, Tom.
That's crazy.
That sounds,
She
bad.
just it's mean.
So do you think that she invited her on false pretense just to humiliate her, or do you think like she just got annoyed with her as they were on tour?
So I believe that it was Ice inviting a friend on tour so that people would be like, see, she's not a bad friend. And then she just couldn't do
She
it.
didn't actually want her there.
She's probably just actually a horrible person.
Yeah.
She can't help herself from being fucking...
That's what I see.
Yeah. Because she wouldn't go out of her way to do this, to bully her, because she's been in super much trouble already, right? From the previous things. She's probably been careful, but then couldn't help herself.
And you know people, like, there are people who just, like, for some reason they want to embarrass you.
Sure.
And they just get satisfaction out of it.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, that's the people you need to cut out.
Yep.
That you make it seem like you try to give all the time. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. Like, damn, why we gotta get to the whole...
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. First try.
First try. Well, it actually wasn't because I didn't see you, so I did a little restart.
Oh.
I was just
There
like,
it is.
I didn't even bother telling you. I'm just gonna restart.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty chill day. Didn't do a whole lot. Walked the dog, cleaned the pond, and yada yada. Took a nap.
Sounds pretty. Yeah, I did laundry. That's the only productive thing I did today. Everything else was watching shit and got super better.
Mood enhancers.
We're at 10:50, so it is.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. Yeah.
I'm wondering where I can probably find out. Right now, I've just been leveling up. I just finished leveling up the new. There is a SMG. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's the other. Right now, I'm level up X and unlock or just grind out the master keys for the Lockman sub here. Also, trying to level it up for the. Remember the GS Magna? It's basically the Desert Eagle but automatic. The last game. It's a beast. It's
not. Yeah, it's a handgun, but it's.
Yeah, and I haven't even unlocked all the camos for it. I'm still so I'm just working on it. Which is fun. Fun when I'm like, ooh, this.
Things are pretty simple for me. You got assault rifle kills, crouches, and cook grenades. So cook grenades can be hard though. Well, it depends. I guess on some of the games. Sometimes I have trouble with those. Yeah.
I think I small maps before. Also done all shipment drive through while it's here.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to, if you like to pick out those.
Drive-through's not going to be around very long, right?
Probably next week.
Next week, yeah. Why don't we head in there? Or shipment.
I think that shipment place is probably going to. Well, actually, I don't know if this mosh pit for the drive-thru is going to be last season. I don't know. This might be like this. You're going to leave it how it is.
Until.
They might give it they might give it some updates, like no more content. What's that right now? It's like what's that for? They might like add something here and there. Like I remember they did add like a gun to Cold War after like that game cycle was over. And I know that they added a map to Modern Warfare after that gun. So they might add a little something here, but for the most part, it's like basically the Halloween time is the way it's gonna be when it's dead. It always ends around Halloween.
That's when they usually change the game, yeah? Around Halloween?
Usually like late October. That's when the last few years.
So a Sunday at your apartment.
What was that? I'm sorry.
You had no problem getting into your own laundry room or whatever.
No, not today. It was great.
Sunday.
Easy peasy.
That's good.
Oh no,
Nice.
it's all
Well,
mine.
you know what what time were you doing it? I'm just curious because the Bears were playing from like noon on, so
Oh,
maybe it
really?
was because of the Bears game. Yeah.
Affected it, but I think I went down.
Yeah.
It's relatively.
Oh, okay. Then that wouldn't have mattered.
Could have been pregame. I didn't even know there was.
Yeah, I watched a little. I watched the end of it, but
You win?
we went for a dog walk. What's that?
In?
Oh yeah. It was close. Good game. But I only watched like the last half hour. I was walking the dog earlier. Yeah, it's true. Really, I don't. Like so many commercials.
Yeah, it's
better just to tune in at the end.
I mean, it's like you can get the highlights of the first. Of course, on it, but all the actions.
Objective Charlie secure.
Yep.
We've lost Alpha.
Jeez. Yeah, it's kind of funny because they did recap like the best plays of the game like pretty late into the fourth quarter, so you got to see what you missed. It's like, yeah, this is perfect. Saw all the touchdowns and
Perfect. It's kind of like watching a show that like almost over, but yeah. The thing is, it's like these sports in the show is like it's not that important. Experiencing it at least.
Alpha secure.
no, that's good. I got my cook grenades done already.
Yeah, there's I'm super.
Let's keep it.
Like, I'm
Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back.
Love it.
Hostile UAV in the area.
The only one I'll watch is football, but I don't even. Once I got out of fantasy football, I hardly even watched. I watch the Bears game if I think about it and it's convenient. A lot of times what will happen is by the time I think about it, it's like I'll tune in and then it'd be like halftime. I'm like, fuck this. And then I'll be like, I'm taking a nap. So I missed most of the game. Like today, I caught the end of it and I didn't know.
I was really bad with ball. I never had a chance to like watch the game. So I usually hung out with when I was living in Philadelphia. I usually Sundays, balls. I never saw so Monday night. But and then like everyone's got like talking about it.
We control two objectives. Taking Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about fantasy football is you really didn't even have to watch the games. It's just like if you wanted to feel like some of the excitement of, like, kind of like you can bet horse racing and not watch the horses race. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
like
I mean,
the same
it's different though,
concept.
because
Really.
the horses. You know what I mean, you want to follow their personal record and stuff like that. Have like a particular horse team into the players, which is usually part of the fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watched some of the games. I didn't watch all of them or anything.
I
Some
feel
of
like
them you just couldn't see. You had a player, on
I
a
don't
team
even
that's in a
know who
different
these
state.
dudes are. I mean, like, I don't watch football. I don't know. Like, I'll be asked a question. Why did you trade that guy? Like, I don't even know. I like watching football.
Securing objective Bravo.
Running up and down the stairs of soldiers.
We control Bravo.
It's fun.
I've only been to one Bears game in my life. It was a preseason game. That was it.
We hold all objectives.
This is very expensive.
Can't give you details, but it was like I was my friend Andy. This is back in like 2005 or something. They're like the game was so good. Like we were upstairs and I lost my cell phone.
It was cold? Is that
Oh
why
yeah,
you
I
were
lost my
going
cell
up and
phone.
Oh.
We were just like running. It wasn't cold. We were just running around. It was a good time.
Even though you lost your cell phone, it was a good time?
It was still good. I lost
I'd say
it. It wasn't even. It was so far long ago.
Objective Bravo secure. Friendly Guardian inbound.
Yeah, I had one of those. The first one I had.
It's kind of a cell phone at the time when you.
Throwing flash grenade. We've lost Bravo.
I was a very slow adopter to the cell phone. I was one of the last people to get one.
That was pretty slow. Smartphone. I got my first smartphone on me. So.
Enemy securing Bravo.
The only reason I really got one, why I was kind of forced into it, was that the Metro, I had so many problems when Rachel would have to pick me up because we only had one car for a while.
We're taking Bravo.
She'd pick me up at the train station and, there'd be a train delay and there'd be no way to tell her that, I wasn't going to be on the train. And she'd get there and be like, what the fuck? And then I'd have to, a couple times I had to get off the train and call, using a Starbucks cell phone or something.
That was like first. That wasn't even just like being smartphone. That was like
just getting a mobile phone. Period. Right. Yep.
Was that?
Oh god. Good question.
Roughly.
Probably a couple years before you were hired at UIC. So when would that have been?
Okay, so yeah, like 2011.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Sounds about right.
definitely around the same. Well, I mean, no, I was already. It didn't really start getting as like all the time. That was definitely one started.
UAV in the area.
I was like,
Yeah, I had some kind of smart talk, some kind of piece of shit phone. It was super cheap, but it was not. It was not a smartphone. It was a phone. Maybe it could do some tech.
Objective Bravo secure. Enemies taking Bravo.
oh yeah, I know my other girl. Right. She had
Securing objective Alpha. We've lost Bravo.
actually, no, her and I got a deal.
We control Alpha. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back.
Visual on target.
I used to get made fun of mercilessly from my friends and about not having one. They're like, dude, you gotta get a phone.
It's this weird how it's weird that I can remember it wasn't after a cell phone. Keep your cell phone at home. It's like, oh no, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That if I don't have to, it's kind of like use fucking be honest. I've been that way. Like
Enemies taking Alpha.
Yeah, that was pretty much everybody. Yeah.
Securing objective.
Man, I need to email something or look something up.
I'm just like for me, like I want to do fucking. Then when I get free, that's what. I can't play Call of Duty.
Mosquito active. Enemy securing Charlie. We lost Bravo. Alpha. Friendly Mosquito.
Ooh, did I get the final kill? Maybe.
The mission's complete.
Got two, dude. Shit. Oh.
Yep, stabby.
Let's go. Take that, Josh. Oh, and the Philly Reap. Yeah.
Wow, you got a good score, man.
Yeah, good game.
Nice.
40 and 30. Psh.
Yep. Match.
I'm getting this weekend. Like last weekend. Last week. I mean, the work weeks go by quick. Combination of fast weeks, the fast work weeks and fast weekend.
Yeah. Rachel was asking me, like, you know, like I experience like that Sunday depression still, you know, now that I'm retired, and I'm like, actually, yeah, I do. But I think it mainly, I don't know if it's because she's still working, but you know, like Sundays have always, I mean, it's just like, it's almost like you've been conditioned to kind of hate them a little bit. Cause they're,
I mean, that's for sure. And because it's almost like a trauma that you
or Monday.
can't get over. It's inhumane.
It's like this thing ingrained in my brain that I don't like Sunday, so
if they ever cut down the
really
work week, if they ever cut down the work week, it shouldn't be Friday.
Yeah, right, exactly, totally.
Fuck money.
The enemy comes to us.
They can make Monday nice, I think. World peace.
There it is, you just felt it. Hey, you know? Anybody? Who wants some? Who wants a little?
Hang out inside of Abby's for plenty. It's happy, but I can't remember if it's happy.
Oh, the burger place. Clownies.
What's fun?
I'm gonna be running a funnies.
Funnies fried fun.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Turn off the.
Throwing spears.
Turn off the.
Yeah, I did. I did.
It's off. I'm like, trying to turn it off.
Yeah. Spearing people is my game here today. I think I gotta do is I forgot. I gotta get people from fucking behind. That's hard.
Which weapon?
The spear. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, you can just throw it at like
what do you say? Could I just throw it?
Or the soul lead. Now that puts you like slice them up a couple times.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, no, you just whip it. Speaking of whip it, I saw someone with a Devo bumper sticker that said "honk if you love Devo."
Devo, like whip it into shape.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Well, you don't see Devo bumper stickers very often.
Dude, the 90s are so in. Yeah, you should like.
Shit.
You should bust out the.
All the kids want our shirts.
Oh, they're all wearing it on. Saying either that or they're wearing metal shirts that you like. They're all like,
oh yeah,
spiky looking. That's it. Which I'm looking for. It's all fun. Have shirts like that. With the kids and
crap. I better probably get off this spear, otherwise I'm gonna drag down everybody.
Still.
Enemies gaining ground. Push them back.
Yeah, I'm feeling you on that Sunday depression shit, but that's because I gotta go.
You have a legit excuse. Like millions of other people.
It's just the only thing that really sucks about work is that like I don't really. Like, the job itself is fine. You know, like I'm able to do my time. Super bag. I just wish I had like kind of like. When I talk to you about shit, I just.
I forgot the new guy's name. Dave, is he
Dave,
the same?
Same. He's like a
same. Yeah.
So like. Not that he's like a bad dude or something, but just like he's.
Right.
Never asks me. Never tries to start a conversation. He's always kind of like. And sometimes I feel like he's just staring at me, like he can say something. Dude, fuck off. I don't have to. Stop. I hate that shit. It's like the people who like don't expect to have to like take up any of the social work.
Yeah, like start a conversation.
Yeah, like every time I try to start a conversation with him, like, hey, have you seen this? He's like, no. I'm like, dude, I'm done trying to talk to you. Like, you know, anyone with any like social skills on any level, ask that question, be like, no, but I did see this one. Did you see that? I just no.
Right, or find some kind of other thing to say.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna kill the conversation here and expect you to respect it. Expect you to like bring those like clear back. No, you're the conversation murderer.
sounds like a movie right there. Conversation murderer.
And like Chris, I wouldn't say he's the same way, but he just gives off the vibe that he just doesn't. I mean, and he just talks shop. Whenever I talk to Chris,
Friendly cruise missile deployed.
Shit.
Yeah, I remember trying to draw him out a few times, and it really wasn't easy. And yeah, you're right. He just seems like he just wants to talk work.
He's got a house now. I don't know if he's married to his. Yeah, he's getting ready for that grad life. I bet he'll have kids soon. He hasn't mentioned it. Zara's cool, but you know, kind of like she's she's Spanish. She's remember, she's the daughter of one really nice lady. I remember Celia.
Celia,
Yeah. Her daughter, Lyra. She's in the apartment now. And but she speaks Spanish, so she's in like Anna's club of Spanish speakers, like who go off and whisper by themselves, like in.
Great.
Which is fun. I mean, I don't know. There's a joke of like white guy every year Spanish. He thinks people are talking about him. So I try not to get that I try not to get, there was an Onion article. It was like white man hears Spanish song over in department store thinks talking about him.
That's funny. Curious.
But that's, I mean, Anna's got her own. I don't want to.
Yeah, just her cadre of
Spanish people. The
Yeah, before the person.
What's up?
The person who used to. Oh, I was just saying the person who used to do lending before you. Her name was Erica. She was from Mexico originally. She obviously spoke Spanish.
Oh yeah.
She and Anna were. Yeah, it was very similar, except Erica would definitely talk. You know, like she sat where you sat. You know, and I had the same.
Right.
And so we were pretty close. So we would talk, and you know, it wasn't always just business. You know what I mean? Especially at the end of the day, like we were able to just talk about movies or whatever.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. No, me and Zara, it's pretty superficial. We're still like on like the weather and shit.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's good, but
being able to talk about anything at all, I just don't get that.
Constantly. Yeah.
Again, I'm just like terrified of talking about politics. I'm shut up.
We're taking Alpha.
Which is unfortunate.
We control Alpha.
And also politics. I tried, but no one wants to. Shit. It's two kinds of people, man. People who play Call of Duty. Freaking sirs.
Enemy securing Bravo. Securing Charlie. Enemy taking Bravo. Alpha secured. We've lost Bravo.
I've never seen any of those terrorizer movies. Have you seen those?
Enemy taking Alpha.
no.
There's a skin right now. Like it's like a really evil one with kind of like a face, like a black mouth. If you see the skin, I don't know if you recognize it, but that's from the series Terrorizer.
Huh, I never heard of it.
Apparently, it's like pretty good. Like people's like at least horror fans like it. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about checking it out, but I just haven't seen it. I think they're about to release it.
Enemy securing Bravo.
And apparently there's been a lot of really good horror movies this year, so I need to I think I should catch up. Get a list. Working on the street is like, we're kind of like in a new golden age, I guess. What's up?
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm waiting for the Salem's Lot coming out, I think on HBO Max in about a week. Maybe this weekend. So, and I saw a little trailer for that. It looked pretty good.
You ever seen any of those movies, VHS? It's like V/S.
No, I remember you talking about those.
Those are pretty good. They're like found kind of porn, which I'm kind of a sucker for if it's done well. It's like Believe. But they're putting out yet another one. There's stuff like I haven't seen. They're like already on 7 and.
Securing objective Bravo. Objective Bravo secure.
Classic shit. Good horror movies and they come out with like
Enemy securing Bravo.
Faces of Death 4.
Friday 13. 30.
We've lost Alpha.
Oh, I think I just saw the clown guy. He's on our side. See if I get a look at him.
He's like a white face, but like see his teeth.
Enemy securing Bravo.
He's spooky though, but I guess this movie.
Alpha secure. Taking Bravo.
Yeah, he's a.
Securing objective Charlie. We're losing Alpha. We're taking Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. Objective Charlie.
Regular or no?
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Taking Bravo.
Okay.
Securing objective Bravo. We're losing Charlie. We've lost everything. Reclaim the objectives. We control Bravo. We control Alpha.
John. Oh. I got John.
Changing mags.
We're taking Bravo. Objective Bravo secured. Hostile SAE in New York. Objective Charlie.
The flanky spanky is. Now look at jacked up.
No.
Right down the middle.
All objectives secure. They will come. Defending Mosquito deployed. Enemy taking Alpha. You're halfway to mission complete. Finish it. Alpha is compromised. Get it back.
We're alone for now.
Enemy's taking Bravo.
Now too well. Whoops.
Objective Bravo is securing objective Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. We're taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. The enemy objectives. Get them secure.
The days were remember.
We control Bravo.
30. There's one more.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Tomorrow's the last one.
I'm not going I got it.
Taking Alpha.
I got.
We've lost.
Won't be much longer, and the election will be happening. I'll be having a very sleepless night. Is there they're already saying, you know, there's the way that some of the states do counting. They're not going to know the outcome until the next morning. So it's like it's going to be the same bullshit. They're going to think, people will be like, oh, you know, Trump is ahead when they went to sleep. What kind of bullshit is this? He can't be behind now. It's like, that's how voting works. You know, sometimes they'll be ahead, sometimes they'll be on behind until this fucking is over with. We know it's going to be a nail biter.
That's extreme.
Alpha secure.
Yeah. They're cheating. They're making all the illegals, making them able to vote.
Enemy taking Alpha. Securing objective.
But it sucks that we won't know the outcome that night. That does suck. It's just because not that I'm so impatient. It's just that I know others are, and it's gonna cause all this fucking bullshit.
I mean,
enemy securing Bravo.
Yeah, it's those swing states are so tight now. I mean, unless there's like a new group like to surprise on each other.
Enemy taking Bravo. Friendly mosquito.
Skeeter out.
Objective Bravo. Getting back.
I don't even know if October surprises. Like, I wonder if it's...
Yeah, right. I think it would have happened by now, you know? How many fucking idiotic, racist, everything under the sun thing he's said. Countless. None of them seem to get up.
Yeah, the election, like, I think the jury's up.
Say that again? I missed that.
Yeah, election lies by Trump. Like, I think the jury is still out as to whether that has...
Oh, right.
My opinion.
Yeah, and it's... Well, and the damage isn't done all the way. We know there's going to be more. If he loses, it's going to be all about how it was rigged at George Soros and blah, blah, blah.
And it really depends on how
all that
close
shit
it is. If the closer it is, the
that's true.
going to be as far as that.
True.
And there are this is a section of X.
They will come. We're losing Charlie.
Listen to Fox News. It says, yeah, he lost like.
Hostile mosquitoes online.
Where's that?
The mission is complete. Good work.
Still kind of in a cult light.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that camp?
Yeah, I saw that chick. It was pretty... Oh, camo. Oh, yeah. Thought that, that operator looked kind of weird, but that camo was pretty freaky looking.
All right. God.
Gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Alright, well, I got my daily challenges done. All good, man.
Shit. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Alright, sounds good. I'll look for you tomorrow, man. Have a good night. Alright, you too.
the hotel and you telling me you're not gonna get your own room. Like, I could have had the room booked already before we got here, boo.